They're designed to look as legitimate as possible, but promise to avoid the hassle of refilling your prescription and say they don't ask a million questions. Site after site selling powerful prescription drugs without a prescription.
This is how they arrive. There's no international postage marks, which means it's clearly been sent from within the UK. And inside, packs and packs of pills, but no instructions and nothing about side effects. The drugs they are selling are addictive, they're unregulated, they come with no instructions, no guidance or warnings about potential side effects or risks with things like pre-existing medical conditions. And customers are being enticed to buy more and more. There are big discounts for big orders and promotions are sent out by email. And then, of course, much of the time people aren't even getting the drugs that they ordered, which increases the risk of an overdose because they don't know how much they're supposed to take.
For most of the day, this road was blocked off, but in the last half hour, police have cleared the protesters here. You might be able to see behind me, there are some people lying in the road, some protesters, who've made it clear that they're not going to move, and they may well end up being arrested.
Many here have families still in the country. I've heard from some who've told me that their family and friends have already been contacted by the Taliban, told that they're on a list and that their lives are at risk.
There has been plenty of hand-wringing by the Met, but a source of pain for the families is that despite the many admitted failures, nobody has been disciplined.
Officers failed to do basic policing. They failed to have professional curiosity, as you say. They failed to spot a serial killer despite plenty of clues. That's not enough to stop them getting promoted. Our exclusive research shows some councils and public institutions don't appear to have adequate protection, meaning not just our data, but the services we all rely on could be at risk.
I mean, Sam, what you've uncovered here is this huge disparity in spending by councils on cyber security. Is this something we should be really worried about?
Yeah, that's right, Lucrezia. But first of all, cybersecurity budgets can only show us so much. How that money is spent, the kind of training in place at these public services is also really important.
While being chased by surveillance officers, Suresh Aman suddenly stopped, turned round and ran directly towards them, knife in hand. They opened fire and he collapsed barely 3 feet in front of them. The inquest today heard that if they had delayed by even a fraction of a second, he would have been on them.
At this Jewish school, sixth form students have seen the rise of hatred firsthand. Moments that can have a lifelong impact. Moments becoming increasingly common.
How many of you personally have faced anti-Semitism or know someone personally who has? So every single one of you.
And you've brought in a taste test here.
I have. We couldn't quite afford the £500 tea, but we do have one which is £15 a mug,
Okay.
and another which is 10p. So see if you can tell the difference.
Okay. That's the cheap one. That's like the one I have at home.
That's the £15 tea,
Ah.
and that's the 10p tea.
Okay.